If you've just received a diagnosis of autism for your child and you don't know where to start, or if you're a parent who's already working with therapies at home and sometimes gets unclear on what to do with behaviors that keep coming up. I've made a lot of videos in the last 3-4 years. I have tried compiling them in this video today so that when I see 2022 going away, I have compiled everything so that in one video you can understand what are the steps to take care of, how to get started working with your child, and for you to know which video to watch in which sequence so that you are empowered at least to some extent before you start working with your therapist, before you start getting the guidance that a professional would give you, at least something to get started with. That's what I wanted to give you. I'm going to be referring to my notes because I won't remember all the videos that I've put. So allow me to do that. So the first video, what I've mentioned, is episode number 323, where I talk about parallel talking. If you've just received a diagnosis for your child for autism, or if you're still working and if you're not aware of parallel talking, I want you to refer to this video and understand how to do parallel talking for your child. Extremely important. It really, really works very well. So that's the first one. The second video that I've mentioned is there's a detailed video on sensory diet, which is episode number 26, so that you know what is the sensory diet, what are the things that you can do at home. There's another video that I've made which has a compilation of all the activities that you can do, whatever activities that I've put. That is the video which I'll put towards the end of this particular video. So you can click on that and have access to all of that. In fact, there's a playlist called Activity Bank that I've created. You can refer to that playlist, and that has all of these videos also. So it becomes easier for you to navigate my channel and get the most out of whatever that I've posted. Then I want you to refer to this video on interoception, that is episode number 123, which gives you an idea about what is interoception, what happens with my child, what would happen if my interoceptive awareness has not developed. So you get an idea about it. That's episode number 123. Then I have a detailed video, which is episode number 36 on what are primitive reflexes. And I want you to go through it because I believe that when you integrate the primitive reflexes and you work on postural reflexes, that's when we start seeing changes in our kids. So in the video on primitive reflexes, I've given a detailed idea about what they are and how they interfere and what happens and a lot of those things. So that's about primitive reflexes, which is video, that is episode number 36. Then I have a lot of parents who come to me and you say, my child is not behaving well, my child is not listening, my child is not following. Then I have a video called Managing Behaviors, which is episode number 347. This is another video, which is a detailed video on how to help with managing behaviors, behavioral challenges in your child. Then there's another video, which is episode number 345, where I talk about holistic perspective, which means I don't see every behavior from the lens of, oh, it's a sensory issue. I see it holistically. That's what I talk about. Then, so that's episode number 345. I feel it's very important to set routines for your child when you're working with your child. And I've explained that in details in my video, Setting Routines, which is episode number 230. So I want you to focus on that. So go in the order that I'm telling you. It'll really guide you on what are the things that you need to focus on. Then I have another video, which is episode number 262, where I talk about self-help skills because it's extremely important that whatever that I do as a sensory diet or whatever, I focus on the self-help skills and the child participates in them whenever you're doing therapy or whatever that you're doing with your child. Participation in that is very important. So that's episode 262. Then I have another video, which is episode number 265, which is about developing receptive language. I've given you small tips on how to work on developing receptive language. So you can refer to that. That's episode 265. Then I have another video where I talk about the importance of providing free play and structured play opportunities. A lot of parents put their kids into classes And there are some who don't put them into any class at all. And how the balance is important, which is what I talk into details in my episode 277. I have another video where I've spoken about, do I let the child do the therapies in a therapy room or playing out is important. That is episode number 315. Very important. So that's something that I would go ahead to as the next video. Then there is this video episode 337 where I speak about how it's important to not rush through exercises. There will always be a lot of things that I would go through, and I will have my day would always be full. But how do I work on and help my child in this present moment? That's important. Then I have a video which is episode number 341 where I talk about goal directed and purposeful tasks. Another video, that is episode 346, on active participation. What is important when I'm doing exercises with my child? That's important. I have another video which is episode number 250 where some kids are non-verbal and they're still communicating. How to pick up those signs? That's episode 250. I have another video where I talk about sitting tolerance. So I would want you to go through that. Then there's another video where I talk about non-compliance behaviors. When you're doing a sitting task with your child and your child is not sitting, what do you do? That is episode number 229. I have another video which is episode number 246 where I talk about the sensory seeking behaviors that come up when you sit with your child and you make them study. So that's another one that you could go and go in this sequence. It'll really help you. I have another video which is episode 295 which talks about how to prepare for transitions to your child. So that is 295. There's another video while the child is getting prepared for transitions and there are meltdowns happening. Then there's another video which talks about acknowledging the emotions of the child. So that's another one. There's another video which is episode 333 which talks about therapeutic use of self. I would want you to see this because how you talk to your child matters. That's episode 333. Then I have another video, which is episode 336, which talks about some parents feel that their child should be involved the full day. So that's episode number 336. And there's another video where I talk about, that's episode 321, where we talk about self-talk in a head. Extremely important while you work with your child. Another episode, which is 311, where I talk about how we manage our own emotional state, is also very important. And then I have one last video in this series, which is episode 348, where I talk about why is it important to give yourself the me time. So I hope this list and this sequence helps you to help your child better. Till you meet a therapist who can guide you, till you meet a therapist who can, give you specific what you need. These are general principles that you can learn. And if you want a deeper dive to go deeper into what else do I teach, I have a lot of my courses where I go into the details of how to work with your child, what to work with your child. And I also offer group mentoring where I work with a group of parents. We meet weekly and we see what needs to be worked upon, what is a change that has come in the child in each week. So if you want a deeper dive with me, you can join me for all of those courses. But if you're just getting started and all that you needed was, what is the roadmap? What all do I take care of? Follow the videos. They'll help you. All the best. A very, very happy new year to you. This is just about 2022. I'm going to be making more videos. This is just compiling all the videos that I've made so far that will help you in your journey while you try to help your child. I just know one thing for sure. Early intervention helps. Kids improve. They get better. Consistency is the key. Take care of yourself before you help your child. Take care.